this episode of Dolce Vita, excite your taste buds with some mouth-watering dishes.
Indulge yourself in some comfort and luxury living.
Explore the dynamic local contemporary art community.
Sit down with PR guru Esther Ma and share in her life philosophy.
And enjoy superior privileges amidst the hustle and bustle of city life.
There is nothing more thrilling than riding a roller coaster, right? Or maybe there is. According to a study, the adrenaline rush of riding a roller coaster is actually quite similar to the feeling you get when eating spicy food. So now the question is, are you ready for the ride? When I say spicy food, I think a lot of people would think of kimchi or Indian curry. But when I say mouth-numbing spicy food, I think there's only one type of cuisine that fits that criteria perfectly. And that is Sichuan cuisine. Now, this Chongqing poached fish in front of me is a great example of that. The fish was first deep-fried and then it was cooked in hot soup. And at the very last, the chef added dry Sichuan peppercorns and red chilies on top. The taste is very spicy, very fragrant, and very mouth-numbing. But surprisingly, it makes me want to go back to it and try more and more. It's so good.
Having a mix of numb and hot sensation all in once is indeed exciting. But to me, I love my spicy food mixes with different flavors. And Chengdu cuisine has impressed me in many ways.
Unlike the Chongqing province that mostly focuses on a spicy hot taste, dishes from Chengdu pay more attention to balancing different flavors while continuously bringing the taste of hot, sweet, and salty flavors. Take this dish as an example. The crab is stir-fried with garlic, shallots, homemade chili paste, and dried red chili peppers until aromatic, adding an extra dimension to the dish.
Now, Sichuan is arguably China's most famous province for spicy food. But if you ask anyone from the northwest in China, they will probably tell you that Xinjiang people are the ultimate spicy food masters. Now, Xinjiang cuisine has a very distinguished style. Xinjiang chefs love to use different types of spices, such as cumin, chili powder, cinnamon, and saffron, which sets Xinjiang cuisine apart from other Chinese regional cuisines. Now, this lamb here was marinated with lots and lots of spices. It was then grilled until golden and crispy. Before serving it, the chef also added some cumin and chili powder on top of that seasoned lamb. Just look at it. It's an absolute beauty.
For those who wouldn't fear any degrees of spiciness at all, you should give this Xinjiang-style braised chicken a try. What makes this dish special is the cooking method.
The bite-sized pieces of chicken and potato have been sautéed in a medley of spices and coarsely chopped vegetables before being simmered in broth. The result is a hearty, savory, and spicy dish that is bursting with flavor.
Hey Kelly, you know, there's one province in China we still haven't mentioned. Let me give you a hint. This region is most famous for its mix of spicy and sour taste cuisine.
I think I know where you're talking about. And I have their signature dish ready just for us. The spicy and sour duck from Hunan. It is cooked with ginger, garlic, and red chili. Then it is braised with bell peppers, fresh red chili pepper, and vinegar until tender. Each bite is packed with spicy and sour flavor.
Wow, you know what, Kelly? I'm very impressed. You're such an expert on spicy food. We gotta do this again next time.
A living environment has a great impact on a person's quality of life. That's why a lot of people pay a lot of attention to interior design.
Getting the design of your interior design right is of course important, but to raise your standard of living, it's a lot more than that. How about the surrounding environment?
The landscaping of your outdoor living space can affect your mood. Just imagine what your home would be like nestled among beautiful greenery.
Designed by the world-renowned landscape architect Jean Mu, this artistic garden landscape showcases the intermingling of different vegetation with garden sculptures and water features.
Every corner of this residential area has a unique sense of serenity that offers city dwellers like us a perfect transition from urban hustle to tranquil suburb living.
Apart from the incredible garden design, the designers also celebrate the architectural legacy of modernism and raw beauty by illustrating a hill town concept here.
Low-rise structures surrounded by walls and vertical greens play an important role in this beautiful and calming hill town design. More than just aesthetics, I'd say landscape architecture also helps to enhance a person's overall living experience.
The fast-paced nature of urban life has made everything more smooth and efficient, but from time to time I like to slow down a little. So on holidays I'd like to take the tram, stroll around the island side, and take time to truly appreciate the city and everything that's around me. Trams offer pleasurable and affordable rides for many people of Hong Kong, making it one of the most iconic collective memories shared among the locals. But apart from its nature of public transportation, tram is also considered as a moving piece of art. Hi Karen, could you tell us more about this moving exhibition? How did you come up with this idea?
So for us, it's very important that we could subvert the idea of how an advertising space or even a commuting tool can also be an art piece itself and for the general public to enjoy. One of the reasons that we picked the tram is also how it is tied in significantly with our local culture and how it ties into even the craft that we picked for this tram exhibition, which is birdcage making and also mahjong tile carving. Both of these crafts have a very strong sound culture behind them. So I think it's very important for us to treasure all these white noise or like sound around us.
Because it's all these noise that make the atmosphere more lively and happy.
Yes, exactly.
So out of all the exhibited pieces, which one do you find the most visually appealing?
I personally find Amanda Tong's Here As You Touch installation very visually appealing. The work itself consists only white and blue paint, which is very different to our usual mahjong tiles.
Besides an unconventional use of blue paints for the carved mahjong patterns, local artist Amanda also has her own way of retelling the stories of traditional craft.
As a ceramic designer-maker, Amanda used ceramic to create porcelain mahjong tiles instead of plastic, a common material used in modern mahjong production.
This modern take on intangible cultural heritage offers a unique interactive sensation for the audience.
I think the pieces are very interesting as well as it draws two very important elements from the mahjong games itself, which is the element of touch and also sound. She would also like people to interact with it as if we are actually trying to figure out a mahjong combination. So this interactivity actually allows the general public or maybe even younger generation to connect with it on even how the games is being played or even what the rules are.
So, out of all the exhibited pieces, which one means something to you personally?
I think the piece from Fred, our French-Portuguese artist, means a lot to me because his piece is actually about memories.
As the first foreign apprentice to a local birdcage master, French-Portuguese visual artist Fred has created a bamboo art installation not just to pay tribute to the traditional local handcrafts, but also to recreate a fading local commuting experience.
Like a long time ago, even when I was a kid, we're still allowed to bring the birds or like any animals on any transportation tool. And so I think it's very interesting how Fred is trying to bring in live or animated animals into our journey, whereas you have a nostalgic feel of how Hong Kong used to be like, So for us, we even try to make some social media filters that actually allow like younger population to get involved in. Hong Kong has been an international art market hub after London and New York since 2011. I think in the future we will need more artist-led space or even platforms for experimental projects to nurture, and also to allow the public to be in touch or to be inspired with more art forms in terms of medium, concepts and themes, or even locations.
It's fascinating to see how contemporary art can create new meaning for some of the fading traditional crafts in Hong Kong. I think it's safe to say that art is a language that closes cultural and generational gaps.
After the break, chat with Esther Ma and find out the true meaning of work-life balance.
And truly enjoy contemporary city life at a private club.
There's a saying, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. As human beings, we are creatures of habit. So if you want to live your life to the fullest, you need to develop good habits and have the right mindset.
My life philosophy, I'd say, is the 3 Ps. The first P is passion. You have to know what excites you every morning when you wake up. My second P is positivity. Think of a glass. A glass should be half full instead of half empty. And the third P is philanthropy. You have to know how to count your blessings, and you have to know that you're blessed to have the ability to give back to the community.
Meet Esther Ma, an entrepreneur, author, active philanthropist, sports enthusiast, as well as a mother of 2. And discover what it means to her to live life to the fullest.
So Esther, from banking to marketing to starting your own company, how did all that happen?
Tracing back, I went to UC Berkeley for my undergrad, and I majored in economics and French. And I think the turning point was when I was offered a summer job with Procter & Gamble, P&G, out here in Hong Kong.
Right.
And that's when I found out that my passion really is in branding, marketing, creative, and that sparked my entrepreneurial itch to start my own company. I finally decided to take the plunge and go on my own.
So you must also attend a lot of social events. Now, can you share some tips about how you go about choosing what to wear for these social occasions?
And every time when we organize an event, we would normally come up with a theme. For example, this client, this theme is flowers.
Yeah.
So I would find an outfit that's more floral. I would try to find jewelry, like an Italian brand jewelry that would match my outfit, match the floral theme, and even shoes and accessories, handbags. And sometimes I would wear something that's very bold. Something that stands out, something that's unique, but yet they kind of match the outfit and the overall theme.
Right. Wow, it seems like you sometimes have a lot to think about. Now let's talk about what you do when you're not at work. For example, in your downtime. What's your usual hobbies?
I enjoy doing anything that's therapeutic. But first of all, I think sports is very important because I'm more or less like a wellness guru. I love sports.
Okay.
I love to work out a sweat, and I think that's really therapeutic and de-stressing. Sometimes every time after a workout, I actually tend to think even more clearly. I work out every day.
Wow.
It ranges from HIIT, high intensity interval training, to golf, to running, to swimming, to cycling, to squash, to boxing and dancing.
Wow.
So I kind of, rotate it every day to make life more interesting. But most of the time, I love doing the HIIT.
It's effective.
Yeah, very effective, and it's very diverse because you do strength training, you do planks, you do push-up, and then you do some footwork. I also like reading and design. I am very much into interior design, and I love visiting furniture shops.
Oh, I see. And I know you have a favorite one just around the corner. Shall we go visit?
Yeah, sure.
So Esther, can you tell me about your taste in home decor?
Throughout all the homes that I've lived in, I always design my own home, ranging from the doorknob to the stair handle, to the closets, to all the lightings. In fact, when I was designing for my own home, I hired a contractor, but then all the little details, I actually sourced them. And I bought them from different furniture shops.
Seems like every little thing of your day you have control over, but being so busy, how do you balance your family, your work life, and your active lifestyle?
I use a method called rotational thinking. So I keep doing this rotational thinking throughout the day to make sure I don't miss anything.
What's one tip that you would share with them to someone who's just starting out, for example, starting their own business?
I always believe in passion. I think even teenagers, as young as 12, 13 years old, I always encourage them to start exploring their own passion. And another very important thing is to identify a mentor. Because sometimes you can get really good advice from a mentor or from a sponsor or somebody who has experience in that field that you're interested in. And then don't be afraid to take risks, right? If you were to start your own business, do kind of some research, ask mentor for the advice, and then kind of take the plunge. But I think for young people, I love people who are entrepreneurial, who are not afraid to fail, yet bounce back even stronger.
Marcus, how would you define luxury?
Luxury is an experience. It's something that makes me feel special or exclusive. And I think after being on this show for more than 10 years, I've certainly learned one more thing about luxury. Luxury is often defined by attention to the details.
Attention to detail is also what matters to me the most. I'd say a welcoming environment for wellness and relaxation, an extravagant dining experience, and a private fitness area. That's what I'd call luxury.
Luxury is about being in a state of great comfort and living large. And every single detail counts.
At this contemporary gym room that offers the latest strength and cardio equipment, I guess you can truly enjoy a focused and invigorating workout.
Everyone has their own fitness goals in mind, but no matter what your goal is, exercise is as great for your brain as it is for your body. And being able to work out in a place like this is definitely a luxury.
Hitting the gym to me gives you the best of both worlds. Not only does it help you strengthen your body and improve your overall health, it also helps you maintain a nice body figure. So when you've worked hard enough and your summer body's ready, well, then it's time for some nice photos.
Hey Joyce, eating the right foods can maximize your workout, right?
Yep, but I think after all our hard work, it's more important to have some sumptuous dishes later. What you say?
Sure.
When we talk about upscale dining, we would expect a multi-sensory dining experience that takes us through a journey of enjoyment. From a harmonious... That's all the time we have for this week's episode. If you want to find out more about what we've introduced, remember to log on to our website.
In the coming weeks, get your staycation on and see Hong Kong in a whole new light. Talk to an antique appraiser and learn the ways to identify and appraise your collectibles. Also, check out what luxury residences have to offer nowadays, and more enticing dishes to share with you all. Join us again next time!